Hey everybody, it's Yogi. I am so glad that my internet is back on. You know, it's been about nearly 4 days of hell without being able to go online and say hi and put out a video or two out there. So I hope that for those that have been waiting for me, watch some of my older stuff. Anyway, while my internet was down, I was able to play catch up with a lot of movies. One in particular was made in 1948. It's Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Now, for those of you who don't know who Abbott and Costello is, I know it's way before your time. They're long gone, but they're one of the cornerstones of comedy. There, they definitely delivered the "Who's on First" thing. They did a lot of great movies, but there was a time back in the 40s and that Universal, the powers and the heads of the studio decided to put Abbott Costello in several monster movies. You have Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Boris Karloff. You have Abbott Costello Meet the Mummy. You have Abbott Costello Meet the Invisible Man. You even had Abbott Costello Meet the Killer, which again includes Boris Karloff. And just a heads up and a spoiler. Give you a few seconds to turn down your volume. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Boris Karloff is not the killer in that movie. It's a cute movie. But anyway, one of the films that they did, Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, was one of their highest grossing films and the highest grossing films of that year. Now, at that time, and it's basically the last time you'll see the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and Dracula within the same film. You're not going to see anything like that until Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman. But the plot has basically Chick and Wilbur, played by, of course, Abbott Costello. They work at this freight company, which is pretty much way before FedEx, so you know how this gets. They're told to deliver these packages to this museum. The packages supposedly include the remains of Frankenstein's monster and Dracula. And of course, you know that basically Wilbur, which is Costello, is saying, these people are alive. I mean, Dracula's alive, Frankenstein's alive. He believes that nobody else does except for Lon Chaney, who plays Talbot, aka the Wolfman, who's basically telling them, look, you got Dracula and the Frankenstein monster, you gotta destroy it. Of course, Talbot has his own little secret with the Wolfman. Basically, Dracula's goal is to basically bring Frankenstein's monster back to life. For what purpose is never made clear. But then that's the 1940s for you. Bring the evil creature back. The creature even speaks, at least one, maybe two lines. It's sort of weird. There's a lot of problems with the film. It's not so much as the storyline. You have to consider this is the 1940s. It's a good movie, but there's a lot of errors in it. The one biggest error is that for those of you who know your Dracula lore, that vampires do not cast reflection, and yet Dracula has a reflection. Go figure. There's a lot of real errors in that. That's one little nitpick. The other nitpick is that the title is misleading because Abbott and Costello never meet Frankenstein. Everybody, just back up on this. Frankenstein is the name of the creator, not the creature. The creature is basically the creature. But of course, Frankenstein is considered the creature. So go figure. Okay? So, first of all, there's really no Dr. Frankenstein in it. Basically, you have a dame who's interested in Wilbur. Wilbur thinks, oh, I'm lucky. I got this hot babe after me. Not knowing that this babe is a disgraced doctor who basically wants Wilbur's brain so they can put his brain into the creatures. You know, um, then there's one other thing. Again, this is going to be a spoiler, so I'm going to give you a few seconds. Turn your volume down. Is it down? Good. Okay, this is about Wolfman. Now, everybody knows that you're bitten by the Wolfman, that once you're bitten by a wolf, you're going to turn into a werewolf. The Wolfman did bite a guy, and the guy doesn't turn to a werewolf. This is never addressed. And I guess when I was a kid, you don't really dawn on that, but of course you're older, you watch the film, you sort of nitpick. And I have to give myself, a little leeway on that because this is a 1940s film. They just basically churned out films and just threw it out there. 100% accuracy be damned. It's just basically entertainment purposes only. A lot of people say, well, that's the way you should look at it. But a true horror fan would also nitpick on that. Dracula with the reflection, the Wolfman biting and not having that person turn into a wolf, plus the supposed damage done to the victim. I mean, it's just long. It's just a long story. I'll tell you something. Some of the comic timings in this movie are still sharp, and I'll tell you, it's very interesting seeing the Wolfman being treated in such carelessness. It's just one scene where he's locked up in a room, Talbot, and he is turning into the Wolfman. And of course, Costello comes in there to help him, and it's like all sorts of comedic things. So you're basically seeing all of this for laughs. And despite a lot of people saying about Bela Lugosi and Dracula, let it be known that Bela Lugosi did play Dracula twice, and twice only. That is the original Dracula, released in 1931, and this version. Um, every other time he played a vampire was not Dracula, so he's only played Dracula twice. So another little bit nitpick. So just to put it out there. This is a good film to start off if you're getting into the Abbott Costello thing. Definitely, it's safe for the kids. Of course, no blood, no gore. I'm going to tell you one thing. Another spoiler. Turn your volume down. Give me another second. Two spoilers. Spoiler number one has to do, this a little bit of trivia. It has to do toward the end when the Frankenstein monster takes the chick and throws her out the window. Now, just to let you know, Grun Strange, who played the Frankenstein monster, at this particular time, he had hurt himself. And because Lon Chaney was out of makeup and he was pretty much on break, basically what he did was he ended up dressing as the Frankenstein monster. So he's actually playing two monsters a year. He's only getting credit for one. But definitely catch it. He's going to throw this chick out the window. I tell you, to this day, it is so funny. I have never seen anything like that. I said, pardon my language, but the bitch, I guess, had it coming. And number two, this is a little cameo. You're not going to see him, but you'll hear him. It's Vincent Price. Definitely one of the classic horror meisters there. You'll definitely hear Vincent Price. You're not going to see him. So, again, this is a great film to start off with if you're getting into the Abbott Costello thing. It's definitely great for the kids. And some of the jokes may not be clear to a lot of people, but a lot of the delivery is still pretty sharp even over 50, 60 years later. Anyway, Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, released in 1948. I hope that you do like it, and see you guys later.